just got wrecked.
What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of CryptoZombie. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a wonderful week. How could you not be having an amazing week when Bitcoin literally got all the way up to $18,500? Now, here's the even crazier part about what happened. You can see right here, we had a massive $1,000 plus dump down to $17,300, and that got quickly bought back up. So we are still saying, hey, where is the big dump? Where's the 30% correction? Isn't Bitcoin supposed to be dumping soon? And yet it continues to push higher and higher, which brings me to the major point of this video. Number one, congratulations to everyone that has been holding Bitcoin. This is definitely a day for celebration, but the overall sentiment of Bitcoin has changed. In 2017, we had ICO mania, Bitcoin speculation FOMO, and now what we are seeing is the next paradigm shift into HODL FOMO, which is not so much of FOMOing into Bitcoin speculatively to try and make dollars. It's actually FOMOing into Bitcoin simply to own more Bitcoin, because people are freaking out and they're seeing the price of Bitcoin and they're getting scared, saying, I may never be able to own one Bitcoin if the price doesn't continue to go up. And it is a complete shift in the way that we were thinking the last time. And this is making for a much healthier, stronger, and more powerful Bitcoin price action, which could end up surprising even the hardest of hardcore crypto advocates. And yes, I do think if Bitcoin continues to rally at the rate it's going, we literally could not only see an all-time high, but we could definitely see some of those crazy predictions by next year. 250K, 300K Bitcoin. So in today's video, we're going to keep it short and sweet. And I do want to talk about the major shift that we are seeing in Bitcoin. And if that sounds good to you, you know what to do. If you're not subscribed, definitely consider it. And without further ado, you know where we're going, straight to the charts. Now, this chart is absolutely insane. Bitcoin CME futures breaking its all-time high resistance. Keep in mind, we're only halfway through, no, not even halfway through the week yet, but we are halfway through the week on futures, I guess, technically. It only trades 5 days, but we are talking about the significance of this upcoming close. If we can close above, and I know today it seems like we can, but you never know what could happen in the next 2 days. If we can close above $16,590, this would be the first time in the CME futures history that Bitcoin has closed above its significant historical resistance. So we are going to keep our eyes on that. You can see on the spot charts, the next level to close above is 19,388. And after that, we do not have anything to chart. It's getting more and more difficult to even look at analysis because we're literally just going straight up in a line. We need to retest some of these lower levels. Now, here's the crazy part. When we did have that quick dump from 18.5 all the way down to, around 17.2, we actually wicked down perfectly to the top of the previous resistance. Look, we had resistance, resistance, resistance. We came all the way up here, we dumped down, and that is exactly where we bounced back off again. And if you've been following my channel, you know one of the most bullish things that an asset can do, especially Bitcoin, is treating a previous resistance as support. So this is definitely showing that, like the intro I had in today's video, that the bears are trying. They're trying to push down the price. They're trying to sell the Bitcoin. They don't want Bitcoin going up any higher, but every single time we have a dip, it keeps instantly getting bought back up. Now, look, it's not to say that we couldn't actually have that major correction. Bitcoin has been going on an absolute tear. We may be due for a correction. In fact, I do think we are. However, the reality is every single time we do have a correction, we put in a higher low on the macro scale. And this is insanely bullish for Bitcoin price action. Having a look over here, like Plan B pointed out, the 200 weekly moving average is at the absolute highest level that it's ever been. He says big difference with 2017 is that most Bitcoin sold today will never see the daylight again. They disappear into deep, cold storage. Buyers today are professionals with long-term vision and staying power. And Preston Pish even said exactly, these coins are being purchased by big institutions with 5-year strategic outlooks. They aren't Joe the trader counting to 9 and then drawing lines, right? These are the big boys. And if you want to see some on on-chain fundamentals, in the past hour, we've observed the highest number of newly created Bitcoin addresses since January of 2018. These are real fundamentals you can actually look at. For example, the CME Group's cash-settled Bitcoin futures has hit a new all-time high for open interest of $1 billion. Now, the spike in open interest, or the value of outstanding derivatives contracts that are yet to be settled, suggests that more money is flowing into the market, essentially, and that traders are expecting a near-term rise in Bitcoin's volatility. So more money continues to flow in all aspects. We haven't quite had the ultimate retail FOMO yet, but we have seen the institutional FOMO. In fact, that's what we're looking at right now. There was, in fact, a survey done by the De Beers Group, and they interviewed a group of 700 high net worth individuals. And interestingly enough, 73% of the poll participants said that they either own Bitcoin already, or they are looking to purchase some form of cryptocurrency like Bitcoin within the next year and a half, or by 2022 to be more specifically. Now, high net worth individuals, according to this study, are classified as individuals who have more than $1 million able to be invested into assets, okay? So the interesting thing, though, that I like to look at is the fact that there are, and I just did this morning, approximately, maybe there's more, but there's roughly 46.8 million millionaires in the world. Now, there's only 21 million Bitcoin. That means that if all of these millionaires wake up one day and say, hey, I want to own at least one Bitcoin as a hedge, well, guess what? You can't. There's not enough Bitcoin for everyone. There's 21 million Bitcoin. 4 million are probably lost forever from the early days, people losing passwords, throwing out old laptops, right? And there's only about 12% of that supply left. So there's very, very, very few Bitcoin left for these millionaires if they are looking to get involved in Bitcoin. And we are seeing them come out and say that they are getting invested. They are buying Bitcoin as a hedge. One of the most recent ones that came out was Ricardo Salinas Pliego. He's apparently I've seen it two different ways. I've seen either the second wealthiest or the third wealthiest. I don't know. He's either the second or the third most wealthy person in Mexico. And he revealed that 10% of his liquid portfolio is actually invested in Bitcoin. He said the majority of the rest is actually in precious metals, but he shared a video captured in a Latin country depicting banks throwing out garbage bags filled with money into a dumpster. He asserted that paper money is worth nothing, adding, "This is why it's always good to diversify our investment portfolio." Then 3 hours later, he tweeted a recommendation of a book, The Bitcoin Standard, which, do I have it here with me up here? No, I don't. I have it downstairs, but I do have that book. It's a great book. You guys should check it out. And he said, "Today, I recommend The Bitcoin Pattern. The book is the best and most important to understand Bitcoin. Bitcoin protects the citizens from governments' expropriation." Many people ask me if I have Bitcoin. Yes, I have 10% of my liquid portfolio invested, but I want to talk about the biggest difference right now. And I want to keep today's video short. It's a day for celebration. You know, really right now, I think we just need to take a deep breath, say, man, we did it. Relax. Look, even if we have a pullback, oh no, we went back to $15,000 Bitcoin. Are you kidding me? Like, would you even care? I would be ecstatic to have an opportunity to buy more Bitcoin down at those levels. But I just want to read this long tweet from Brady Swenson, okay? He's the head of education over at Swan Bitcoin. And I think he perfectly nailed it on the head as to why this time is so different from the last time. And it is cliche to say that, but listen to this and maybe you'll sort of agree or disagree. Let me know in the comments below. But he says, the 2017 run was driven by short-term retail and trader speculation, a fear of missing out on fiat gains. This run will be dominated by fear of missing out on adoption of Bitcoin as a reserve asset by individuals, corporations, and even nations. As opposed to speculative FOMO, the adoption of Bitcoin as a reserve asset is an intentional decision to hold it or HODL it for the long term. While we saw speculative FOMO during the last bull run, during this run, we are seeing the beginnings of what they are referring to as HODL FOMO. Like I said, before it was the fear of, oh my God, this thing is going to blow. We need to get in. We need to long it. We need to short it. We need to trade it. We need to make as much dollars as we can. Now that people are realizing that there are less and less and less and less Bitcoin coming out every single time we have, the 4-year halving event, right? Now it's about the HODL mentality. So he goes on to say that Bitcoin has been significantly de-risked in the past few years. The fork wars, Bitcoin Cash, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, whatever they were doing. At the end of the day, let's be honest, Bitcoin won. The original Bitcoin, I think it's safe to say, has officially won, right? Major corporations like Square, Visa, IBM, Fidelity, they're all investing in Bitcoin. They're not buying Bitcoin Cash, they're not buying Bitcoin SV, they're buying Bitcoin, okay? You can argue with me all you want. That's just what they're doing, right? The U.S. Office of the Comptroller declared national banks can legally custody Bitcoin. U.S. Congressman Patrick McHenry said last year that the world that Satoshi Nakamoto, the author of the Bitcoin white paper, envisioned is an unstoppable force. Then, really, the roller coaster started with Paul Tudor Jones. He invested 2% of his funds into Bitcoin. He went on basically to say, look, every day that goes by, Bitcoin survives, and the more it survives, the more this proves that it is a valuable place to put your money. The trust will go up. The network's been running for over 99.98% of its existence, and it has never been compromised. Then our buddy Michael Saylor, who we all know as a Bitcoin bull, he shocked the Bitcoin world by moving his public company onto the Bitcoin standard, acquiring 38,250 Bitcoin. These guys are not looking for a quick flip. They're not looking for a quick long. They're looking to hold. They are probably the strongest hands out there. Retail is weak, right? We get scared. We start to see our balance go down. We panic sell. These guys don't care what happens the next month, the next year. They're holding this for 5 years, 10 years. This is going to be a part of their probably reserves forever, right? There was so much... it's just so much different. So they go on to talk about in 2017, speculators were chasing one another in a game of cat and mouse. And eventually, when the game ended, when the bubble popped, where did everybody run back to? They ran back to fiat. However, this time around, we are looking for an alternative to fiat. We don't want dollars. We want something better than dollars. So as in 2017, everyone was rushing to get more dollars, this time we're rushing to get more Bitcoin. The HODL FOMO cycle will not end. The fundamental shift of Bitcoin as a short-term fiat-denominated speculation into a long-term fiat-head speculation is the fuel that will achieve Bitcoin's escape from fiat's gravity. That was an amazing Brady Swenson. Definitely go check him out over on Twitter. But yeah, I think that perfectly summarizes exactly what I'm thinking and how I'm feeling about the current Bitcoin price action. So, when we're seeing insane charts like this and Bitcoin absolutely taking off, we go into that defense sort of, oh my goodness, it's going to dump. The whales they're going to trick us. They're going to short it. Well, they tried to short it this morning. And did you see what happened? It instantly got bought back up. Now, yes, there's been a little bit of a slow trickle back down to the previous sort of support here becoming resistance. And yes, we could potentially go back down to maybe the 15, 16K level short. I mean, having a look right here, the top of this level is 17, the bottom of this channel, 16.2, right? But at the end of the day, the trend is your friend until the end. And I think it's become quite clear and quite evident that Bitcoin has won. Bitcoin has survived. Bitcoin has proven itself. Finally, after over a decade of criticism and ridicule and your friends and family telling you you're crazy, well, it's probably going to be a really fun Thanksgiving, Christmas season when we get to, kind of, don't be rude. Don't do the I told you so thing. But, at the end of the day, we all really know Bitcoin is unstoppable. So thank you so much for coming back to the channel. Honestly, it's really, it's difficult to even come up with news right now because my mind is just blown. I mean, this is crazy. Like, this is absolutely crazy to see Bitcoin. We all knew that Bitcoin was going to do this. Did I think it was going to do it this fast? No, but hey, I'll take it, right? So yeah, hope you guys are enjoying this run. I mean, yeah, we could have a pullback, but just, yeah, enjoy it. Enjoy it while you can. Don't freak out. Don't FOMO. Don't be trying to long the top or whatever. Or go ahead. I mean, honestly, if you had been longing this whole time, I guess you could have just made a ton of money, right? Which you can do that over on Bybit, which is my recommended exchange. But anyway, that's enough. I've rambled on for too long. Thank you so much for coming back to the channel. Get subscribed, join the free Telegram group in the description below. You guys rock. If you're interested in the $610 Bybit bonus, do check out the links below. They are in the description and in the pinned comment. And that is it for me today. So thank you so much. My name is K-Dub. This is CryptoZombie. Until next time, stay crypto. And of course, peace out.